Divorce can be an incredibly difficult and overwhelming process for men, especially when it comes to navigating all of the legal complexities surrounding it. In this podcast, we will provide useful information on how to navigate a divorce from a man's perspective. We'll also discuss some common mistakes men make during the process, and most importantly, give advice on how not to end up in court over your divorce proceedings. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss out on what could potentially save your marriage. Divorce is becoming increasingly common across many countries around the world, especially in places like the United States, United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada. According to recent statistics in the US, nearly 40% of marriages will end in divorce, while they last an average of 8 years before separation occurs, UCLA study. These numbers can be daunting for anyone considering filing for divorce, as there are many potential pitfalls that must be avoided if one wishes to emerge unscathed after their split, legally speaking. This episode will focus primarily on providing tips and guidance specifically tailored towards helping men survive their divorces with minimal damage done both emotionally and financially. Understand your rights. First off, it's important that you understand what rights each party has during the course of any kind of marital settlement or litigation proceeding, so that no one feels taken advantage of at any point during proceedings. It's always better and cheaper if both parties come away feeling as though they were treated fairly throughout negotiations, rather than attempting to fight everything out in court, where judgments may go either way depending upon variables such as jurisdiction or evidence presented by either side, etc. Don't rely on representation to do all of the work for you. While hiring experienced attorneys is wise when dealing with such complex matters, it's extremely important that each person involved take responsibility for themselves by understanding paperwork being signed and reviewing documents prior making them legally binding contracts, etc. Never blindly sign anything without fully knowing what exactly it means, because once something has been agreed upon, it's much harder, if even possible, to undo those actions later down the line. Hence why proper representation is often beneficial, but never a foolproof solution. Keep things civil and professional with your spouse. One mistake people often make when going through contentious divorces is letting emotions get ahead, which only makes matters worse, leading more heated confrontations between spouses, resulting further animosity building up over time. Instead, try to remain civil, professional terms whenever possible, even though things might seem difficult handled given current circumstances. To best refrain from engaging negative behavior patterns, conflictive situations arise, hopefully leading smoother transition into post-divorce phase life together, coexisting peacefully despite differences opinions had while married before parting ways, completely amicably. Possible scenarios: win-win situation, everybody involved. Remember that children are involved too. Even though two adults may have separated, doesn't mean children still aren't affected by this decision. Therefore, should take extra care, ensure kids feel safe, secure, loved throughout entire ordeals. Setting aside personal feelings, create an environment where everyone respects each other, able to move forward separate paths without suffering too great emotional trauma due stressful nature situation itself. Being mindful fact they're innocent bystanders here, likely having hard time coming grips new reality facing them goes long way maintaining healthy relationship future ex-spouses. Moreover, think carefully about decisions made, archiving interests, children, custody arrangements, visitation schedules, etc. Doing everything humanly possibly helps maintain good relations with all family members, thus avoiding unnecessary complications. Particular matter altogether. This video does not provide legal, financial, or tax advice. The information provided in this video is for informational purposes only and should not be interpreted as legal advice. If you require legal advice, please contact a qualified attorney, for example by signing up for a free course on our website Divorce Lab Pro. We will connect you with the pre-selected lawyers or other experts you may need. Join our free course to learn how to navigate the divorce process. Learn about the negative impact of divorce on you, children, and family, and how to protect your rights. Pre-selected experts are available to help men through this difficult time. Get it free now at Divorce Lab Pro. Understand that the decision to divorce has serious consequences, not only for you, but also for your children, if any. Remember that a family is worth fighting for, and it can be possible to save a marriage even in difficult circumstances. Before taking any action, consider alternatives such as counseling or mediation. Find out about the laws governing legal separation and/or divorce in your jurisdiction. Seek expert advice from an attorney who specializes in family law. Consider carefully all pros and cons of filing for divorce before making this important decision. Think about how it will affect the lives of everyone involved, including yourself, your spouse, and your children if applicable. Be aware that divorces are costly both financially and emotionally. Take time to weigh up whether these costs outweigh potential benefits. Take responsibility for your own actions during the process. Avoid blame shifting or trying to manipulate situations or outcomes through threats or aggression. Seek support from friends and family throughout the process. Talking with people who understand what you're going through can be invaluable during times of difficulty. Respect each other throughout negotiations. Although emotions may run high at times, refrain from attacking one another verbally or physically, as this will only make matters worse. Make sure all financial arrangements are fair on both sides. Ensure assets are divided equitably according to local laws and regulations where necessary, considering things like property ownership status when deciding on division of assets, etc. If you have children, try to remain civil towards one another so as not to endanger their emotional well-being during this turbulent period. Don't forget about tax implications. Consult with a professional tax advisor regarding potential changes which may occur after dissolution of marriage, for example, filing status changes, etc. Explore reconciliation options offered by religious institutions before making a final decision. Some churches offer pre-divorce counseling services, which could help couples reconcile differences instead of opting for full dissolution proceedings. Develop clear parenting plans outlining how custody issues should be handled following legal separation divorce so that there is no confusion down the line. This plan should include provisions related to child support payments, etc. Don't rush into decisions. Take time considering different scenarios before coming up with a permanent solution. Good decisions require careful consideration, especially when there is much at stake. Lastly, remember that although difficult, today's challenges can lead to brighter futures tomorrow. Focus on personal growth opportunities available post-separation, such as further education, career advancement, etc. Ultimately, deciding file petition dissolution marriage is an easy task, really requires lot thought, consideration, every angle, order, avoid future regrets, pain associated looking back, now regretting certain aspects case. However, choose proceed. Least remember above points, doing research thoroughly, understanding rights, obligations, taking steps mentioned previously, minimize risk exposure, outcomes, help maintain relationships established prior, start whole mess begin with. Join our free course to learn how to navigate the divorce process. Learn about the negative impact of divorce on you, children, and family, and how to protect your rights. Pre-selected experts are available to help men through this difficult time. Get it free now at Divorce Lab Pro.